wanted to start with you first. Your character is the best in her field, and the way that she analyzes criminals and anticipates their next move feels very similar to what you do as an actor when you're breaking down a character. Was that something that you immediately connected with when it came to this role, and what was it about her that spoke to you?
Was interesting going through the episodes to actually have to stop and think about, how to talk to different killers differently. And so that was a fun acting exercise. I don't know if I nailed it. I probably didn't, but it was it required me to use, you know, manipulation in the sense of like, okay, well, this person wouldn't respond to that, which you're right. It is very much like acting. You have to dive into characters and how they speak to this person differently than they speak to this person. So it was fun. Yeah, it was exciting to try to get into that.
You definitely nailed it. The show is so gripping to watch. And then Patrick, it seems early on that your character will do whatever it takes to protect the secrets of the pit. And there's a real moral gray area and the lengths that he's willing to go. How did you approach portraying a character who operates in this space? And did you see his actions as justified, or did you find yourself questioning his choices?
Um, I don't know. It's an interesting question because it's just absolutely clear to me when it comes to matters of national defense or protecting people you love, it makes making difficult decisions very clear. And not to say that everything is warfare, but I think an operator like Hassani, that clarity of thought is why he's in that position and why he's been able to survive in so many extreme circumstances for so long. You can't hesitate. Part of it is training, part of it is clarity of the mission.
And then Melissa, I think one of the most compelling things about this series is the dynamics. And while the team is relatively new, Bex has a shared past with Odell. How did you and Nick approach that dynamic, and how different is that process with the rest of the ensemble who don't have that shared history?
Mm.
I mean, it was kind of nice in a way that Nick and I had actually known each other a little bit before we started shooting together. We had similar friend circles for a little bit. And so I didn't come in completely blind to who Nick was. And he also just nailed the audition. So I think working with him, there was a immediate comfort there, the same way Bex would have with Oliver. But what makes it tricky is this question of like, is Oliver Odell good or bad? And throughout the scenes, I constantly found it hard to be like, well, he's bad because he's speaking so lovely to me. But I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that applies to all the characters where you don't know if you can trust them or not. And I think, Patrick, one of the most interesting things about television as a medium is that you're often learning more about your character as the show goes on. But with the hunting party, it seems like every character has skeletons in their closet. Are you an actor who likes to know that information before you start shooting a season, or do you prefer to discover it as you go? And what can you tease about what your character might be keeping close to his chest?
Um, I like to know what my character knows. I know things get revealed, over the course of a season, and there may be plot things that happen later in the season that I prefer not to know. But I do like to know how my character got to where we are now, because that informs how I'm going to respond to the next thing that happens.
Mm.
Um, what was the second part of your question?
If you could tease anything about the secrets that he's keeping close to his chest.
Um,
He's got a good one, but you don't find out till the last episode. He can't tell you that one.
right. Yeah. I mean, I think you know, he's uncovering things and sharing it with the audience as he discovers it. So I don't think there's anything that I can really tease out without kind of interrupting the flow of the story.
No, I think that's a good teaser. We have to wait until episode 10.